One thing I can almost guarantee right now is 90% of you, 80-90% of you watching this video are going to be living quite a dehydrated life. You probably have been for quite a while. And in this video, I just want to talk through some of the connections that being dehydrated has with illness and disease and mental issues, anxiety, stress, depression, cancer, cardiovascular disease. There's a link, and I just want to pick one of these conditions, and that's cancer. I want to just highlight the importance of how, by not drinking enough water daily, I'm talking about 2 to 3 liters a day, how that can have such a big impact on a cancer cell growing or thriving. So let's just think about dehydration when you're dehydrated. Oh, by the way, and I'm sure have a think about this. I come across this all the time with my clients. I've had consultations to thousands of people over the years, and one thing I know, I can guarantee you, is that 80% of them are going to be, they're not drinking enough water, and they already know it. They already know they're not drinking enough water, and you already know you're not drinking enough water. Yeah, this is the crazy thing. It's right at the top of my protocol. It's like, are you drinking enough water? Because if you aren't, you don't even have the basic foundation for life to happen, to flow to happen. Energy needs flow, needs movement. Yeah? And when you dig down, quite often, what I will find is there's more value put on, the 6 minutes you might have to spend extra in the toilet having a pee in the day. Put more value in that than you do in having a life that you have good vitality, good health. It can make such a big difference. We've got to start looking at these things from perspective. Yeah, have a look at the different perspective to this. Why are so many people struggling? Anyway, let's go into cancer and how dehydration can link indirectly to cancer, and then that can give you some clues to maybe some of the things you can do, you need to focus on. But more than anything, I want to inspire you to change, and start drinking enough water can change your life. Okay, so one of the first organs to go when we have a dehydrated body, especially over a time period, is our gallbladder. Our gallbladder, our bile needs to be held in suspension, and it needs water. It needs hydration for that. Okay. Of course, we need the bile to flow, and we need enough hydration for that to happen. But it needs to stay in suspension, and when it can't stay in suspension, it starts to precipitate and drop out of solution. Okay, and it starts to clog up the system, and now we have a gallbladder problem. Now we have a fat assimilation problem, and if we have a fat assimilation problem, now we're going to have a number of things. But today I'm going to be talking about the fact that we're going to have a cell membrane imbalance, because we need fats for our membranes. We need more saturated fats to close our membranes, anabolic, more closed, and we need more unsaturated fatty acids to open and push our cell membranes more permeable. And when we have a gallbladder problem, one of the most common issues is we have an anabolic cell membrane issue. It's stuck too closed. And when that happens, we can't get enough oxygen into the cells for the body to be able to produce energy or maximize energy production. Okay, so cell membranes have closed down. They're in an anabolic phase, stuck in it throughout the day. We're not getting our fats because of our gallbladder, because our gallbladder has been dehydrated for so long. And so how do we produce energy? More towards sugars, fermenting sugars within this, because they're fermenting, because your cells now are fermenting more sugar for energy production. Energy not only drops by 19 times doing that energy production, but they produce a lot of lactic acid as a byproduct of sugar metabolism. And that lactic acid gets into the tissues. Now we have tissues that are highly acidic, and we have low oxygen because we can't even get the oxygen into the cells because of the anaerobic cell membranes. Our whole circadian rhythm's out because our cell membranes are out, and all because we didn't drink enough water. Yeah, there are so many other issues. I'm going to have other videos how we can talk about anxiety, depression, stress, insomnia, cardiovascular disease, how that is linked to not drinking enough water. And to help you understand the structure to that happening and maybe come to the realization that, yeah, I've got to drink more water. I hope you do.